Hi guys, welcome to the Soft and Tender podcast. My name is Sandra. I'm your host, and I'm so glad to have you on board. And for my already subscribed listeners, you will know that this is a new intro. Yes, I am testing the waters and trying to make this better for you and more pleasing, aesthetically pleasing to your ears. So yeah, I'm working on that. So today I don't really have so much to talk about. I'll just be talking about the highlights of my life in the last couple months, in the last couple weeks. Yeah, so I think we're already in September. Happy New Month, guys. Yeah, this year is slowly coming to an end. My brother was telling me the other day, 2022 is just going by so fast. And I completely agree. I mean, where are the days running to? But yeah, so also, before I get into the highlights, I wanted to thank each and every one of you that have listened, every one of you that still listens, that is listening right now, and every one of you that will still listen to, either previous episodes or future episodes to come. I am so grateful. I am so happy to have you on board. This week on Wednesday, I believe 31st of August, we hit 200 plus total plays, and that was just a big one for me, and I am so happy. I am so glad, and I am obviously so grateful to you guys, for always tuning in, for always coming back, and for always listening. It means so much to me. And then we also hit 9 countries, so we have people listening from 9 different countries, and mind blowing, guys, mind blowing. So I am so grateful, so glad, and so happy to have you on board. I mean, I don't know how I can express my gratitude other than the way I'm doing right now. I'm so grateful to God too, because yeah, I mean, when I started thinking of starting a podcast, I think that was so much earlier in the year. I did not think it was going to go this route, and I did end up starting then. And when I did end up starting, it was just on a whim. I didn't think about it, I just did it. And yeah, I do not regret it. It's been a beautiful journey so far, and cheers to you, and cheers to this podcast for the growth so far. I am so glad. Thank you. So now let's move on to the highlights. So lately, in the last couple weeks, actually a couple weeks ago, over a month ago, or maybe at the beginning of August, I can't quite place when exactly. I think it was the first and second week of August. I wanted to record. I was so down emotionally, mentally. I was so sad. Excuse me. I wasn't crying then. Yeah, but then or maybe I was, I don't remember. But I was going to record. I mean, at that time so much was happening. Excuse me. I had been working on this friendship for a while, and this person I was working on it with decided that it wasn't worth keeping, and that just broke my heart, because nah, man, that was actually quite bad, coupled with the fact that it was also happening at the same time as some other things. It was just so much. And the episode of this record then was going to be titled Nobody's Favorites, and I did record it. Actually, I did, but I just didn't think it was the right time to put it out. And because like I was in the middle of it, I prefer to talk about things after they have elapsed or after they're in the past. So, but I needed to rant, I guess, and ranting to you guys was the first thing that came to my mind. But then I believe you guys deserve, a smooth story. So yeah, that's why I didn't come up. So, but it was also a good thing that I did not put that episode out then, because I am still going through that stuff. Like I'm still in it, and the phase isn't over yet. And I mean, the other day I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was trying to say that I really do need to talk to you. I've missed you, blah 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 blah. And then this person decided to pick out one thing I said and turn it into a big deal, even though it was true. It just drained me. Like, there was no need going forward with whatever I wanted to talk about, whatever I wanted to say. Like, I just felt like, it was not worth it. And then so many other things. Like the other day, I asked for help, and what I was asking for help for, I was actually going to do it myself. But if you listen to, I think my second episode titled Self-Love, you would know that I've been trying to work on accepting help and asking for help. So that was, so I went and asked for help, and then basically I was told not to do that stuff. I mean, I could have just done it by myself, and then whoever will have just seen the end result. And then the day after, somebody else that had that same kind of problem but did not ask for the help was given that help voluntarily. Excuse me. And then they came to call me, and they were like, "Oh, Sandra, come, we want to do this for this person, even though this person doesn't really care about it. And we need you, and we want you to come and help out." So I was like, "Nah, I'm not interested," because just yesterday, I needed help to do this exact thing. I mean, I didn't need help, but I came to ask for help, thinking that, two heads are better than one. In that case, it would have even been more than two heads. And not only was I turned down, I was told not to do it by myself, and then I ended up finding another solution, because whatever it was actually really bothering me and disturbing me. And then now you're coming to ask for my help, and you're even letting me do that. Whatever, the same help that I needed yesterday, this person doesn't need it, but you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart, and you're going to do whatever it takes to get it done. Nah, man, I'm not interested. Why couldn't you help me when I actually needed the help? Why did you help me when this same thing was actually bothering me, was disturbing me? But then the person that doesn't care about it and doesn't care if it's disturbing them or not is being helped voluntarily. Like, nah, I'm not about that. And just like the last couple nights, I've just been crying myself to sleep, because it's been so much. It's been so much. And when you decide that you're not going to ever put yourself in a certain situation again, or get yourself into, may not even be a mess particularly, but then that it is not good for you, it is a mess, like you should not be in that environment. But then life decides to be cruel and pushes you to be in that same situation again, or to go back to where you spat on. I mean spat on figuratively, not like I was actually spitting. And what I mean by spat on is like not throwing insult or anything, but then like where you know that like this place you literally promised yourself you would not come back here for anything, but then life will humble you as it has humbled me and brought me back to that situation. And now when people are preaching or talking, like, let me tell you, last night, so somebody was talking, I was talking and talking and talking, and then my brother was like, why is this person talking about you indirectly? Like, he or she could as well just say, oh Sandra, this is for you, blah blah blah. But then they were talking in a room full of people that knew they were talking to me, and basically telling me that I would be cursed, and in decades to come I would regret. And I'm like, it's honestly isn't that deep. I mean, I should be able to decide to do something and decide to not do something without getting cursed about it. And the last 1 year, over a year now, because now we're in September, has been really, really trying. It has been so tough. I mean, there were good days, like very good days, amazing days, excellent days, days filled with so much joy and happiness. But then at the end of the day, at the moment at least, the bad days have outweighed the good days. And as sad as that is, I have just come to accept it, because that's life. And I do know, and I am very sure that there are much better days ahead. I know that what is to come in the future, at least maybe not what is to come tomorrow or in 2 days' time, what is to come, much later, is going to, be worth it. And it's going to make all these hurts and all these emotions, is going to, make it worth it. That, okay, fine, I didn't go through all of that for nothing, and this is my big fat reward at the end of it all. And just, yeah, so to anybody going through whatever it is, I just want you to know that, you're so strong, you're going to make it through. You're definitely not unwanted, you're not unloved, and for sure you're going to find somebody that is going to treat you like an egg. Not an egg that you want to fry, but then an egg that should not be broken. And they're going to tell you how you're their favorites, and actually love you for who you are, not pick out your words when you say them or when you try to express yourself. You'll find people that will respond to you when you let them know how you're feeling about stuff, and people won't just air you, ignore you, and you will find people that will actually help you when you ask for help, especially when this is such a hard thing for you to do. And yeah, so I do hope that's basically been the highlights of the last couple of weeks, also the last week. And yeah, so I know I actually even have an exam coming up, so I really do not have time to keep sulking and keep being in my feelings, because all these people that have got me into my feelings are waiting for the result of that exam, and I know what they're expecting, and so I have to turn the tables and give them a shock of their life. So I do hope that you pick yourself up, do things for yourself, and yes, I dare say do things to also spite people in a good way. I mean, whatever you're doing to spite somebody, let it be because they've, like the way I was listening to something Steve Harvey said the other day, and he was saying that I think he told his teacher he wanted to be on TV. I don't really recall the story, and then his teacher was like he will not. But then look at Steve Harvey today. So that's what I mean by work hard or pick yourself up to spite others, not in a negative way, but you're doing this for yourself, and then now you can go back and tell whoever said you could not that I did it, bro. I did it. So yeah, guys. So if you've been feeling good and feeling jolly and not feeling as emotional as I've been feeling, I'm so happy for you. I hope that your light and your happiness never dims, and of course I wish you so much more joy and so much more happiness and excitement for what is to come in the nearest future and in the farthest future. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it means so much to me, and I think that's just been the icing on the cake for me the last couple weeks, having you guys to talk to and seeing you people respond. And of course whatever criticism you have, I'm so glad to hear it. Take it and make changes. And yeah, so shout out to you guys. I love you so much. And can't wait to see you next week. Also, I am also debating on whether to make our upload days Fridays or Saturdays. Initially it was Fridays, but last week I uploaded on a Saturday, and today is going up on a Saturday. So let me know what you think. Do you prefer Fridays or do you prefer Saturdays? And do you think we need a pre-recorded intro, or do you think we can go ahead and just go with the flow, just start and go with the flow? So let me know. I will be so glad to hear your feedback. If you check the description box, you can always find where to reach out to me in case you don't want to do it publicly. That's perfectly fine. So yeah, thank you. Love you, and that will be all for today. See you next week. Bye.